Swamiji, just wanted to know a little. Actually, I want to know about Radhaji, and my questions might sound a little weird, but just trying to get an understanding because I'm completely confused and I spent a lot of time trying to understand. So, but have got more confused in the process. First of all, is in the temples, at least this is while I've grown up and I've seen, is I've always seen Krishna with Radhaji and they are matured people. But after going through Bhagavatam and whatever little bit of research, I've been, at least that's what I've understood, is this happened all when he was 8 years old. And after Krishnji left Mathura and Vrindavan, he never ever came back over there. So then why is this depiction in the temples I've always seen us grown up and like, you know, like it was more of a, they were inseparable. And so I had always thought that they were grown up and I couldn't understand why they never got married and things like that. And so that's one part. And only pretty recently I came to know that in the South, it's more of Krishna with Rukmini ji. And there is no Radha ji depiction over there. I mean, this is what, again, this is what little bit I know. So I'm just trying to figure out this whole, because I had a lot of misunderstandings because of the depiction in the temples of as a grown-up woman. And I used to question a lot about that. Why didn't he marry her? And why did he leave her? And things like that. So I'm just trying to figure out what is, and is Lakshmi, sorry, is Radha ji a incarnation of Lakshmi ji or is Rukmini, or are both of them? So just need to understand a little bit.
So this legend of Radhaji and Bhagwan Krishna became much more popular through the Gita Govindam of Jayadev.
Yeah, because they said before 13th century it was not there. So I thought I have come across something wrong information. So I didn't even.
Yeah, so in Bhagavatam, Radhaji is not mentioned directly. There is just one name, one of the names of the gopis. That also is not absolutely starkly very clear. It is along with the other names through Sandhi, it has come together. And many of the stories, etc., we find around Krishna and Radha are, many of them are folklores also. And there is a mention of Radhaji in some of the other texts that I am told. I have not personally verified it yet, but Bhagavatam doesn't mention. Some other texts do mention apparently. So Radhaji exists as a gopi is what we are told. But as a grown-up, like what you are asking, is mainly through the depiction of Gita Govindam by the great poet Jayadev. The love of Radhaji and Bhagwan Krishna has got immortalized. And also the fact is that to depict certain spiritual principles, this also has been done. Like, for example, if we say Radha, so Radha is the opposite of Dhara. Dhara is the flow of the mind. Radha is opposite. So if we go tracing back the source of the mind, we come to realize Krishna is pure consciousness. So when we go to seek the source of the thought, source of thought is consciousness. So one will experience that. So sometimes these Vedantic principles are depicted through form for the common masses because it is not easy for common masses to understand Vedanta directly. And many are in the level of Dvaita and they need bhavnas, they need surrender, they need bhakti. So personification definitely is done and there is nothing wrong in that, even if it is done. As I said, there will be Puranic references. I am told in some of the books, the mention is there. And so there is a Puranic reference, then there are Vedantic understandings. And one says, you know, that so for example, it will be said, Radha Bhakti Bina na koi Shyamal Darshana Pave. That without the devotion to Mother Radha, you will never have darshan of Krishna. Again, that's a Vedantic depiction beautifully. That until we don't have qualities, our mind doesn't become like Radha and we don't become so single-pointedly, single-pointedly in our seeking, we will never realize Krishna. And in some places, Radhaji will be glorified more than Krishna because that mind, Krishna wants Radha. So what is Radha's mind? If everybody is seeking Krishna, but Krishna wants Radha, so what is Radha's mind? So the idea is many people absorb those qualities that I have to become like Radha. That will help the seeker. So that's the reason why this, and then various, of course, folklores are created so that more connection can happen with Bhagwan Krishna. So they never married, and she was in the Vraj only, and Bhagwan never went back. I'm not clear, as I said, I've not referred to other Puranas and other books, so I'm not clear about, because if Radhaji was a gopi, the depiction would be of the gopis as someone who, as each of them are already married actually. So I don't know whether Radhaji was married or not married, but as you said, Bhagwan left Vrindavan and then he never looked back. Because that's how he was in every aspect of his life. He did that. Once he left, he didn't look back. He kept moving forward, and the whole avatar got completed. So he never went back, and so possibly he would have felt that this phase of life is done and one has to move ahead. So both of them must have had some kind of like an understanding or whatever it may be. And if we take Bhagwan as a very young person at that point in time in the form, then of course there's no question of marriage happening, because 8 years and then he left everyone and he came. So that's why the question of marriage is, again, if one refers to those books, then one may understand it in a different context. But from Bhagavatam, etc., this is what I can make out.
Okay, Swamiji, but Rukmini ji, so is Radha Radha is not then an avatar of Lakshmi ji, right? She's more of a devotee, of a jiva seeking supreme.
Now again, that depends on the standpoint and the description in the Puranas.
Okay.
Because at some point she may be revered as an incarnation of Mother Lakshmi, at some point as a devotee seeking oneness with the Lord. So it depends, and both can be one also, because even if she is an incarnation of Lakshmi, Bhagwan Narayana is considered the supreme. Lakshmi is serving him. So even if she is an incarnation of Lakshmi, she may be seeking to be one with him. As a devotee also, that is, both can match together.
And just about Rukmini ji, so she is the consort of Krishna, so she would be Lakshmi ji, right? Incarnate. Or because again, this was because a friend told me she had the Bhagavatam done in her house somewhere in South, and then they got both the murtis at home. So I assumed it was Radha. She said, no, it's Rukmini. What Radha? There is no, and it was complete. I was like shocked because I've not been exposed to this Southern culture. So I was just trying to understand this, and I didn't say anything to her. But so she has a Rukmini in a house and a Krishna ji in a house after the Bhagavatam.
Yeah, that possibility is there. Rukmini may be considered as an avatar of Lakshmi Devi. Satyabhama is also considered as, I think, an avatar of Mother Earth or something like that. So yes, those possibilities are there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.